What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld. What we're going to be talking about today is how to get the 80,000 passing yards that's needed for MUTMaster Ryan Shazier. So we're going to go over here to objectives and MUT level, and I'm going to take you right down over throughout, and we're going to end right here at MUTMaster, and I'm going to show you what's going on. So for me, I need about 10K more in order to finish up MUTMaster, all right? So I'm going to show you exactly what I've been doing to finish it up. Some of you guys can play a lot of online games and stuff like that. I like to take advantage of the computer because they're just there just to get taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they really out there doing? So because I completed the campaign, what I like to do is I like to go down to the full games, okay? Because I usually average about 2,000 yards a game, all right? Which will mean I have 5 more games to play in order to complete this. So that's pretty much what I do. I go down to a game I've already played and I just continually play it. You can do different things, like let the computer score every time, but to me, that's more time consuming. So what I like to do is what I'm going to show you now. I'm going to keep going back, running backwards and getting more and more yards, and then for the most part, I won't score because what a lot of you guys try to do is you go into overtime and you do stuff like that, but I don't really like to stretch it out too much because you never know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like your power will go out, all kind of weird things happen. So I try to kind of split it up. I keep it at like the 2K to 3K, like my max is 3K a game, and I cap it right there, and then I just move on from that point. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just so many different things happen, and I just don't want you guys to put in so much work. All of us has had a game where we put in so many yards, and something happened. The game froze, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the least amount, the better. Now, a lot of you guys that are using the gauntlet, like the one-play touchdown, you can use that for the touchdowns, but when it comes to the passing yards, I prefer full games because you get so much more out of it, okay? So what you're going to do is, it's arcade mode, so you automatically know that regardless of what you do, it's probably going to be a catch. In my case, I have Randy Moss and Tyreek Hill, so it doesn't really matter that Jalen Ramsey is over there. If he's covering him too well, I still throw it, and he's still probably going to catch it because it's arcade mode. So just keep that in mind. But Randy Moss is also open, so it doesn't matter, all right? So as you do that, you run down, and you're going to go ahead, you're going to run to the 1-yard line. All right, you're going to go out of bounds. All right? Now, you can pick any run play and just run backwards. That's pretty much what you're going to do. You're going to run backwards to where you was just at. All right? Some of you guys nickel and dime it, like you go 50 yards, you come back 60 yards. I don't do all that. I just go for the 90 yards a pop. I get 200 and something yards, well, almost 300 yards a drive, and I just do it like at least 10 times for the game, and I get 3,000 yards. So you run backwards here, all right, and you're going to go about to the 5. So we're going to watch that. That's the 10, and then we're going to go out about here. All right? And you do that, and even on 4th down, you do the same thing. You keep going, but you don't have to score. Okay? Because you've already won the solo, it doesn't really matter. Just accumulate as many yards as you can and get out of the game. That's pretty much what it's about. Anything else that you do other than that, it really won't make any sense. Like, you see like the way he's right there? Because it's arcade mode, his reaction time is going to be slow, and you can just still lob it over their heads. So that's why I specifically picked this solo. And you just keep going. So that's 187 yards. We haven't even scored yet. Okay, that's 187 yards. We're going to do the same thing again. And we're going to run backwards. And then on 4th down, you just have to be clutch. But you should be getting about, almost 300 yards every single drive. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, 10 of that, that's 3K. So, it is what it is. And then however you want to do it, like some of you guys play it risky, and then you go to overtime, and then, you keep going and you try to get like 5,000, 6,000 yards a game. You can do what you have to do. Maybe you got a generator or something that's going to automatically go up, but I don't really trust it all the time. Now, it's not something that that's going to happen all the time. Like, your power's not going to go out all the time, but I just don't like to put in a lot of work and then have it's probably a chance that something might happen. Whether it's good, bad, whatever, bro. Like, is he too close to me? Okay, good. All right, because he almost tackled me, but it's on arcade mode, so it is what it is. All right? And then what I do now is I go out of – see, I went out of bounds too early. But we got 280 for the one drive, right? The reason that I go out of bounds, then look what I do. Instead of making them score, I just go to goal line, and then I run like safe man right or whatever. Any kind of punt or field goal block. If they score, they score. If they don't and it's a safety, you get the ball right back, and you keep doing it over and over again. All right? So they run it with the fullback, whatever. And then remember – you can also put on your settings to have it set so that they always go for the strip and the fumble also. So that way you put everything on aggressive. So the strip ball and the tackling, you put it on aggressive, and then you just go back and you keep running the same exact thing. And then with this, what it does is it makes sure that you get the ball back or they score. And it just doesn't waste as much time. Because some of you guys just come out of field goal block and then you let them score and it's all kinds of BS. I just do whatever, like right there. Okay, Leonard Fournette somehow is trucking the guy. I don't know. But even with the way that most of you guys do it, letting them score, I think that that's just too time consuming. Even though this is taking too many downs, this is not the way that it usually happens. But always when you're doing a tutorial for YouTube, EA makes the computer do weird things. Because realistically, he was supposed to already got hit in the backfield and fumble the ball. But it doesn't matter. Now he's going to get a safety. You see what I'm saying? The computer gets very, very stupid down there. So that's another way to just get sacks and all kinds of other stuff. If you wanted to add the MUTMaster, if you were doing the sacks and the passing in the same, solo, you could do it that way. Now you get the ball, you go back to about the 5, okay? And then you do the same thing. Now, some of you guys are going to be asking, Gmi, what if I'm still going after interceptions? What if I'm still, going after fumbles? You can do everything in the same game. You can literally play the game out, like on defense, the same way, getting your interceptions and stuff like that, playing SAGD, doing whatever you have to do to let the computer get the ball to you. You can do whatever you want. It's just that, like I said, all I have left is the passing yards, so that's all I'm really focused on right now. And when you have these two receivers that I have, which I told you guys about when the year first started, I said, listen, guys, Tyreek Hill, Randy Moss. Some of you guys listened to me, some of you guys didn't. You went with other receivers, and then now you're having issues beating the CPU deep every play. Because, like, it is what it is. Like, the corners, Jalen Ramsey's a goon in this game. So they're going to cheat for him, but Tyreek Hill has too many speed points faster. Unless you got an all-Jaguars team and he has the +3 speed and he's just out of his mind, because that'll be just ridiculous. If one of you guys are running around with a Jalen Ramsey with the +3 speed because you have 50 Jaguars on your team, you are a psycho. Go check yourself in immediately, because that's just ridiculous. But you know what? I might end up doing that too. Like, realistically, I might have to end up doing that. Like, real talk, I think I might have to do that too, bro. Like, that might have to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is, though. Okay, so we keep doing it. All right, and then like I said, we're at 465 already. So if we get 500 a quarter, which is what I usually, like I told you at the beginning, I usually get 2,000 at least. I can get 3 if I risk it and go into overtime. Okay, but I don't recommend overtime, especially for a lot of you guys that be telling me, yo, Gmi, what's going on with the internet? This and that. Like, sometimes it's not EA. Does EA boot you sometimes? Yes. But sometimes it's not EA. Sometimes your router resets exactly when you're playing because your internet provider hates you. There's a lot of different things that happen. So that's why, like I said, I try to limit it to like just one game and just try to get as much as I can. And, we go from there. So these are the things that I need you guys to understand. It's not about anything else other than I just want you guys to be able to understand that there are ways to get it. Because you guys complain to me, yo, bro, man, it's just too much stuff, yo. No, it's not, man. We can all do this together. We can all do it together. We can all be MUTMasters. But we have to be willing to put the time in. The next thing that you guys are going to ask me is, like, how long is it going to take you to do 80,000 yards? I would probably say about 5 days to make it so that it's reasonable. Like, for most of us that have things that are going on, to make it so that it's reasonable, I would say about 5 days. Because I don't know, maybe 4 days, 20K a day. Because you should be, if you get 10 games in and that's all you do, you should probably be able to do a little bit more. Look, why did Villa going right there? Did we get the safety anyway? Yeah, this is what it is right here, guys. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is right here. That's what usually happens. That's what I was trying to make happen the first time, and EA just did whatever EA does. That to me, when it happens like that, you get the ball back immediately, and then you just go back to racking up yards. Instead of having to wait for them to throw a touchdown and all that stuff, you just go and you do it like that, and it's so much easier. And then you keep the process going over and over again, all right? Regardless of the way you choose to do it, it's going to be time-consuming. That's the thing about it, and that's why I'm trying to make sure you guys understand that I also play online games, okay? I also play the online games just to make sure that I don't get bored just doing solos, because it makes it a lot more, it makes it less strenuous. Because that's most of the time when I'm playing somebody, all I do is throw the ball anyway, but you get most of the yards from doing this. So regardless if you're in weekend league, you're doing MUT drafts, whichever way you're doing it, it all counts towards your passing yards. It's just that You know, sometimes you're playing an idiot that's running sag D and he's in cover 4, and you're like, you're about to rip your skull off. You know, those kind of things. And then that just ruined up my whole thing because I was in quick base instead of inside zone, so they let him right in. Quick base, the guard that's pulling, he moves out the way and they let him right in. So you're supposed to definitely just try to run all the way to the left. So in this case right here, we're only going to be able to do it twice. You can, for the most part, just run a toss play, and that will get you safely backwards. But in some cases, the CPU will cheat you, and that will happen. And then now, obviously, we can't run backwards again because it's going to be 4th down once we get up to where we are. So you could just run out of bounds or just score a touchdown. But in this case, we're gonna run out of bounds and then probably just take a knee or something, just to make it easy, so that we don't have to deal with all the other stuff that's going on. And it's just a continuous thing. You just keep throwing it just like that, and it's very, very easy. So this is a tutorial. You can get your 80,000 yards. Let me know if you have any additional information into, the ways that you do it. Get at me, man. Until next time, one love.